Hello everyone, this is Vignesh. Welcome back to my channel AI Shorts. So in this discuss about the document question and answers with Langchain with using the Chroma database and OpenAI. So as you know, like Chroma database is a database where we will be storing the embeddings. So like we similarly we have the other database such as Pinecone database also. So using the Langchain, yeah, there is a support for different kind of databases, and you can also use OpenAI, taking the OpenAI key and to fetch the results. So now we gonna see like using the Langchain and open source vector this Chroma database for the semantic search of the documents using the OpenAI large language modeling. So here we'll go to the different parts. So where at the beginning we'll start to set up the environment. So here we will be installing the OpenAI, Langchain, sentence transformers, Chroma database, all these packages for setting up for developing of this code using the Langchain. So these are the different libraries that are required. So like in this primarily in this video we will be focusing on the using of the Chroma database for the semantic search using the Langchain's utilities. So here we will be discussing about the indexing the documents and retrieving the semantically similar documents. Basically indexing is the like kind of a getting the ID for the each document, and we will be getting the like semantically similar documents based on the queries that we have. So here we'll be indexing documents and retrieving the semantically similar documents, and we will be integrating finally the large language models. So here we will be based on the existing documents, we'll be performing the question answering and retrieving chains. So like at the beginning start here. So now we have set up once we have set up our environment, like let's start loading this loading and splitting these documents using the Langchain utilities. So here if you see, it is a Langchain library where we will be using the document loaders and we will be loading all the documents using the directory loader. So this is the directory that which I am using, where I have placed all the documents, and I will be reading the documents using the loader function. So here like we will using this object to read the documents using the directory loader, and once we read this we will be returning all the documents. So once we have performed this operation, later we will be having this recursive character text splitter, or we will be having the chunk size, like a default chunk size which can be like tuned as well, like you can change this value. So we will be make the documents into different chunk size using the recursive text splitter. Based on the this chunk size, we will be splitting the documents, and finally we'll get the length of the different documents. So now we will be having the embeddings, in which we will be considering the sentence transformer embeddings basically. So after splitting the documents, this particularly we have to embed the text using the Langchain. So we will be using the sentence transformer embeddings of mini LM L6v2, which is available. Yeah, here we will be using the Langchain dot embeddings to get the sentence transformer embeddings, and we can pass here model name from which model we want to fetch the embeddings for this particular documents. So like once we get these documents, we will be creating the vector store with this Chroma database. So what basically vector is, like vector actually is a relevant method for handling and searching through this unstructured data. So like this process involves the creating the embeddings from this this unstructured data, which is the documents, and saving of this generator vectors which are generated, and then like once we query the embedding which will be obtained from this sentence transformer embeddings, used as the like this embedding will be used to retrieve the most similar vectors to the embedded query. So that embedded query also will be converted as into a like kind of embedding. So that will be used here to fetch the similar embeddings, and based on that we will fetch the similar documents, and based on that we'll answer. We'll get the answer from the large language model. So basically the role of this vector store is to primarily to facilitate the storage of this embedded data, and whatever the semantic search operation that we perform, and the execution of that perform this semantic search. So then once we perform this operation, then what we have done is we will be performing the whatever the query that we have provided. We will be performing the semantic search of that query. So basically, once we perform this, we will be getting the matching documents. So next we will be seeing at the integration of the OpenAI's large language models with this Chroma database. So how we basically do that particular part is like we will be having the query key for the OpenAPI, which can be fetched. You can check the website of the OpenAI. You can get the key, which is like a kind of confidential. So you can import it as a config file also. So once you take that key, then what exactly happens is like we will be taking this chart of OpenAI. Then we will be using this particular model. There are different kinds of models that are already available. You can choose the model from which you want to fetch the answers for the documents. So basically what happens is like Langchain actually what exactly it does is if you see here, we will be importing the load QA chain. So this Langchain introduces the useful abstraction called a chain for representing the sequences of calls to these components. So these components can include other chains, making it possibly making it more complex, and tune the prompt like we can enter the prompt based on our requirement. So for example, it's also like we can tell as a inducing the field kind of a thing into the large language model, which can be an OpenAI model. So where for example you want to tune the prompt where it will be conditional actually. So in this conditional prompt, for example, if you are developing a platform based query, for example for a e-commerce company, or if you take some technical like a company like educational company, so where the customers having a different set of queries, and the intention with which the customers will be asking questions can be different. So like based on that we can be tuning the prompt, and we will be using this chain to run based on the tuned prompt. So this basically these components like can include other chains as well. So it is finally like we can build a complex and nested sequences of these operations. So this chain is called question answering chain, in which we will be specifically designing the answering questions based on the provided set of documents. So like first actually it performs the similarity search for the input question against the embedded documents, and using this model to generate an answer based on the most relevant documents. So if you see here, that's what like we will be performing the similarity search in the query to get the matching documents, and we will be running the chain with the matching documents and the query. So these will perform these operations, and finally we will use this retrieval question answer chain, in which Langchain to implement the retrieval query. So we will be using the basically the database which we will be feeding as a retriever. So here instead of using the input documents as the matching documents and performing the similarity search using the database, we can directly feed here as a retriever and use it as a retriever from the database. So this is from the existing documents using the Langchain. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much.